Brothers, welcome back to Territorial IO. We're starting off today here in a 41-person free-for-all battle here in Scandinavia. We've picked a spot for ourselves in the neck of Norway and Sweden, which is not always my favorite spot to go because you can really easily get cut off. Of course, there's always a boat over to the east, but everyone always knows that I do not boat. I hate boating, but we'll give this spot a go, mostly because it was so appealing in the picking phase that I just felt like it was going to be a good spot. And it was the best that I could get. I feel like too many people go down in the southeast thinking that that's going to be a great spot. And there's a big bottleneck and someone always comes up from this region and wins. So I definitely feel like this is a winning position, but I am worried about like Pork Hunter, who is going to be a big threat to us. United Federation is also a bit of a challenge there. But we have a lot of room to grow as long as we can get around Pork Hunter. And it does look like that's going to be a possibility because that guy is attacking bots with a lot of force and not necessarily saving his troops. Might be a slightly new player. Alas, brother, I've been there and have no fear. You may not win this game, but you will have plenty of games down the road which you will win. Anyways, we'll continue on our path here, just picking out the bots wherever we can. Again, we don't have to rush things because we know that our neighbor is not exactly... a seasoned veteran, if you will, so we don't have to compete with bots as heavily. We can focus more on grabbing bots that are right for us rather than positional wise. And what I mean by right for us is bots that full send down to one troop that we can go ahead and grab for ourselves. Anyways, we'll continue on our path here, and this is looking lovely for us. We'll just continue to keep going down south, completely cut off Pork Hunter, and go up north. Toy Boy above us is also very weak himself, so that is good. And there we go. We will just continue to keep saving up from here. No need to rush into anything. We are about 4th on the board, but the first place has left. It must have dropped and become a bot, and he quickly falls off. So take a truce with you guys and just hold the line here. Let's grab this little bit of land since Toy Boy's not going to grab it himself. Looks like he's engaged in a fight up north. Ooh, that is a bad strategy for both players to engage this early in a fight, especially when both players are so small. But we can just take advantage of this by doing nothing, continuously building up our troops and waiting for the right moment to strike. Because we have a couple of weak targets with Pork Hunter and Toy Boy, potentially the red player above him. Let's go into Pork Hunter though, because Mordor is over here. He boated in there and I didn't see it. I wasn't on the lookout for it. That's okay. I really wasn't in the expansion mindset, which is partially my fault. I was waiting to get to 2.6 million, but now is a good time to go ahead and continue that. Let's grab the rest of Toy Boy before we miss out on that like we did just then in the south. So let's grab the rest of this, and there we go. Now we are rather large. We're in 2nd place overall, right next to the crown, unfortunately. So that's not necessarily the best spot, and looks like we are going to get a lot of that land back from Mordor as he is being attacked by a number of players right now. Again, I'm more in the mindset of saving. I'd much rather have more troops than land, but we'll go ahead and grab what little bit we can, knowing that what we've lost to United Federation, we could easily get back. He's not a very strong player. And we do have, let's grab this. I do see that Paulo is attacking that red player. I'm not sure if I want to engage in that big of a target. Honestly though, let's go ahead and do it, because the other option would be going to the United Federation, which gives us border on Whiskey Cola. We are bigger than Whiskey Cola, but why have a border with someone that big when you just don't need to right away? Take a truce with Farina down below, grab the rest of these guys' land, and there we go. Beautiful for us. Now we have the crown. We're the large one in charge of things. Whiskey Cola, I don't know why I was so afraid. I should have looked to see that he's awfully weak. So let's go ahead and go into the Whiskey Federation now, especially as we have the crown. We are definitely a big threat here. Now this will give us borders on 2 players. Fortunately for us, the northern one, this Chris, I'm just going to call him Chris player, is getting attacked by the black player below him. So we can just ignore him and just continuously push over here through the United Federation. Now we do have to worry about Wraith, but I'm kind of hoping that some of my alliances in the south hold as we potentially continue to keep expanding. United Federation is counterattacking us, which is to be expected. So now we just continue to get bigger and bigger, and we have to worry about Wraith and how big he's getting. Now he is going to be sandwiched between me and the black player, which means that he's in a dangerous situation himself, as I have the crown and he's in 2nd place. So now becomes, where do we expand? I don't really want to push into Wraith, that's for sure. Let's grab these islands. Reason for that being is I feel like that would be overextending my borders into players that would definitely team up against me. Meanwhile, I could take out a weaker player down here, like Paulo. And by knocking him off, I feel like we could get a lot stronger without necessarily expanding our borders too much, and just go from here. And Paulo is counterattacking us. That is perfect. We'll just continue on this front here. Looks like we're on a... Okay, Wraith is attacking us. That is to be slightly expected. As long as Farina doesn't join in, we're still in a strong spot, but if we hadn't done this... Okay, USA down there is actually a little bit of a threat. Having borders on him scares me an awful lot. I don't really want to push into him. Let's take a truce with you and just finish off the rest of this guy. And you have someone to be worried about in LOL. So I think that is a good enough reason for me to take out Wraith. This is another risky one. This gives us borders on the black player we've been trying to avoid. Not a lot we're going to be able to do in this situation, as we know Wraith is someone who we cannot trust. So let's go ahead and take him down. If we engaged in the USA, this Wraith guy would just immediately attack us, and we know that. So let's just go ahead and get this wild card off the board. Slowly but surely, he is threatening to boom. I don't think there were booms. I haven't seen anybody boom in this game, so I don't think there were booms in this one. I completely forgot, as is tradition, that ADHD brain comes into effect. But we get the crown back, so hey, at least we got that going for us, which is nice. Some people might be saying, hey, you should take out Farina. In this situation, I don't really want to anger the beast, and they were kind of similar. So I'd much rather take out somebody that I know is against me. And this is one of my biggest downfalls as a territorial player, is I trust players I really shouldn't. And thinking, hey, let's be friends. That'll be a fun little story. And then it gets to the end and I lose because I trusted it. I understand this about myself. You guys may not, because I don't always show this videos, because I feel like that would indicate the absolute truth with you. That would just point to a lot of hate to someone who doesn't really deserve it because they were playing to win. So I don't necessarily show those videos, but they do happen. They do happen. Anyways, let's take out Fry. Yep, I understand you are attacking me. Charge, brother. Let's get this attack in here. You are attacking me. That's a smart move. I understand that. We'll just fight back to see if we can inspire. Yep, you are in. Good. I was hoping to be able to take out Fries before the black player was going to start attacking me, but alas, it was not meant to be. But now that everybody else is in on this, including Farina, USA, and the Bop player are all attacking this guy, so I'm just going to ignore them and grab Fries real quick, as they're going to keep him off of me, and I can just expand, taking out another player here. Again, my goal is to get to 50% of the land, which doesn't seem too likely. I'm at 29, but the more I can get now, the easier it'll be to get more later. So we'll quickly take out this. Now, as we're looking at what happens next, which is always something you should be doing in this game, what do we do next? Farina is not a target. It's too small. We have to think about who's going to team up against us. And the biggest threats are going to be the Slav and the USA players. Between the two of them, one of them will be a good target for us to grab. Now, I'm thinking it's going to be Slav, because he's... Well, they're both kind of at red interest. Slav is slightly the weaker of the two in terms of troops, but he is the biggest in terms of land. So I think he's the target we go after. I could risk saving up and getting alliance, but I don't think that's too realistic. So let's just go ahead and go into Bop and hopefully be able to hold the line here. I imagine USA is going to attack us. USA is attacking us. USA might have been the smarter one to go into, because he would have had to boat back into us. I'm not sure. Honestly, there's so many islands and connection points down there in the south. I don't feel like we would have gotten too much of an advantage by doing that. So let's keep an eye on the occupation, as we're at 40%. We jump up to 41. So we are doing a decent job of maintaining a little bit of a growth here. So we'll just keep attacking. Oh, and Farina is helping us attack. Wow, I did not anticipate that. I really anticipated that person attacking us. But with their help, we're quickly going to be able to wrap things up here and just ignore USA's attacks, even though they are going to be very painful. We're at this point now where we should just commit to Bop. He is very weakened, and he does counter pushback Farina, which is fine at this point. I think we are more than capable of winning from here, as they have diminished a lot of their troops to get that done. They're only at 5 million troops left, and 3 million is going to be a very easy wrap up. I'm surprised USA He hasn't turned on them yet. They definitely will. Down to 2 million, which is great. And now we control the board here. With about 45% of the land and an ally, we can basically count ourselves at 50%. Farina being a great ally to us. And there we go. Cleaning up the rest of Bop. And Bop is out of the way. We hold 50% on our own. And there we go. So the victory is within hand. USA probably knows that at this point. He's still putting up a valiant fight. GG's, brother. I always respect the player playing to win. We'll say that for sure. But alas, I am not going to peace out of this one. I'm going to attack the USA player. So we'll go ahead and speed through the rest of this round as we say GG's to all involved and go on to the next game. Next game up is going to be a 61 player teams battle here in the Middle East. We're on the red team. Let's go ahead and see if we can grab this spot and encourage some of our teammates to move over here. Yes, indeed. If you happen to know where the best places to go on team's map are, it's always best to put down your marker early to encourage the rest of the team to kind of center around you, because a lot of new players will be, where can I go where my team is? And this just helps them out a lot and make sure that you guys aren't positioned in the middle, which is usually a losing spot, especially in this map. And we do manage to do that and also chased off the player on the black team away from us. So we have a pretty good spot for the red team to be able to flourish from here, ourselves included in that equation, obviously. So we will just continue to keep expanding and looking for the opportunities. Now, there are a couple players still on enemy teams around us, so we don't have India in the East wrapped up quite yet, but we should be able to win this with numbers, assuming that we have some capable teammates. So let's go ahead and go in our infinite growth phase now and just continue to get big. We can take the little bit of a risk here because we have so many teammates around us. I was really trying to push over there into the East. Alas, was not able to make it. Was able, surprisingly, to get over to the West, but that's okay. We do have this NL player that is potentially a very experienced player. We'll have to wait and see. Not super familiar with that, but we'll continue to keep growing from here and just wait for our opportunities to arise. We'll grab the weakest spots as possible. The thing we really want to maintain is a high number of troops so nobody gangs up against us, as there are a number of players on the black team which can gang up against us. We do have some teammates down south, which is good. I was kind of anticipating those being bots, but we'll grab the rest of this and this. And unfortunately, they are very large bots. So we don't want to let the NL player go over, but there's nothing we can do about it. Let's grab this land. And player 1337 is attacking him pretty aggressively. I think that is not necessarily the worst move. It keeps NL from grabbing any of the bots in the back line. But right now, I need to save. Honestly, if NL attacked the bots, he would unleash another player, and I think that'd be smart for all of us. So we just have to kind of wait. I don't want player 300 to be able to kind of run through our lines and us to be weakened by a fight we don't necessarily need to take, although I'm kind of reconsidering just helping out and getting rid of this player. Yeah, let's just get rid of this guy real quick so he doesn't eliminate any more of our bots. We don't have to worry about player 1337 going down. But as you can see, he really weakened himself to get that done, which was not something we really needed to do right away. It's going to weaken him in a position of donating, and especially if anybody gets past me, that's going to be a lot of land that our team yields. So I need to be very cautious about that and making sure that we do not lose. Now, looking at the rest of our team, we do have a Corgi boy over by that Zen player. So hopefully he'll be able to slow him down, as we need to kind of start moving on player 300. But again, I'd really love to be up to 2 million. I'm not sure how much longer we can wait, since the rest of our team is already attacking. And I don't want our team to start losing their advantage. So we'll go ahead, and he's threatening to boom. He can only boom one of us, and the other two of us can grab the land. There's a full donation. So we'll grab this land and start immediately working on this guy over here. It would be, now we're at red interest. We don't need to save. Let's just get up north so we can potentially help take out Ty, who is definitely a big threat, but doesn't necessarily... Oh, Corgi, Brad, let me through. Okay, hey, there's the perfect opportunity I was looking for. You have full sent me. We'll grab this land over here as well. Not super concerned with it, just trying to position our team out to be the best. Because right now we have 41% of the land. We're doing very well as a team. We just need to be able to continue this. And making sure that we have enough troops to get things done is going to be incredibly important, and not getting ganged up on immediately. Again, very important. So as we take out Ty, I'm going into the bot, not fearful of the GR player, because I know worst case scenario, I can always abandon Ty to my teammates and then work on the GR player alone. But Brad is also there, keep that in mind. So I do have some backup help. As we do finish off Ty, Ty is out of here, and we are sitting at basically red interest. So we are going to immediately engage with this player right here, who is going into thrust, and we really need to make sure that thrust doesn't go down because that Arctic player behind him is also very weak. That could be a huge boon for any team that's able to close that gap, which means that we need to be very concerned about it. We're going to go into the GR player. Fortunately, he leaves and becomes a bot. We do have borders on Norwegian cruise, which is a little bit scary. And then Yugoslavia down south offers us a truce. Not really interested in that truce right now. I just need to think about how to play this. I'm going to go into this guy and ignore Yugoslavia. The reason for that being is I want to be able to attack one of the players on the green team without attacking both of them. I don't need to be ganged up in that way. The advantage for our team is to gang up and not be ganged up on. So if Yugoslavia can hold off Dorset, that's going to be good for me, and I can just take out this guy. I think this is the play, even though the Corgi Brad player and Green Bean are still working on Norwegian cruise. I can work down this guy by myself as long as nobody boats, as long as Dorset's not able to take me out. So we'll just continue to keep going on from here, working our way through this guy and just kind of hoping for the best. Now, keeping an eye on our teammates up north, they're doing a good job taking out the Norwegian cruise, but they're not moving as fast as potentially we would like. That's okay. We just play the cautious game. We can slow down. We don't need... Don't point at me. Don't point at me. We don't need to really even be the... Hello? Where did you come from? Where's my teammate? Holy cow. I missed that. Oh, dude. That's embarrassing. I wasn't paying attention to my borders. You know what? Let's go ahead and work on Yugoslavia. Brad has finished up the Norwegian cruise, so he can potentially hold the line against this green player. And we can go ahead and push through the rest of Yugoslavia, grabbing India for our team, expanding our lead without expanding our borders. And I do see the Zen player. Yeah, we'll take a truce with you. I do see that the Zen player is working his way over into our team, but they can both kind of work together against him, as I just need a little bit of time to beat back Yugoslavia. And as soon as I'm able to do that, I'll be able to really join in forces, if not donate to Brad. And Brad's big enough with Green Bean to be able to take that fight. So I can definitely be a little bit more, I don't know if the word is selfish, but, you know, grabbing these borders before taking on another fight. So we do get Yugoslavia out of the way, at least in India. And we don't really have amazing borders with Dorset, so hopefully we don't have to fight him too heavily. We'll grab this Sri Lanka down here. And now the green team is working against us. So maybe I might have misplayed this ever so slightly, but we still have about 51% of the land, so it'd be hard for our team to lose. Let's give Brad a little bit of money to help out that fight against Zen, as we don't need to expand on this point, although I do not want you to have this island, that is for sure. No need to kind of provoke the beast, but I don't want him to be able to boat into me easily. So we'll just keep feeding Brad for right now. And I honestly think that I can take it a little bit of a fight. Those two have definitely won that fight down there. Brad alone has more troops than Zen, and he has Green Bean to help him. So let's go ahead and push down here. Now, this does open us up to fighting against Dorset, but in reality, Dorset could boat into us at any point. He has that, the horn of the Arabian Peninsula that can always just, you know, quickly boat over. So we'll quickly take out this guy. Looks like Brad is helping us out in this fight. Brad, I needed you to fight Zen. That's okay. We'll just quickly get through this guy. And then I think we can work through the Ottomans. Or do we? The Ottomans is attacking Brad, and I'm worried. Oh my gosh, give me a border. Okay. We're fine. We're fine. We'll just go into you. Brad, please go up north, and we'll just continue to keep working down here. And the more pressure we can take off. Okay, Dorset's fighting down south, so we don't even need to worry about him. That's good to know. That is good to know. We could attack him right now, but honestly, we'll just push into this guy and take him out. We're big enough. We have 59% of the land. I'm at red interest. We need to stop playing so scared. Yes, we'll have borders on 3 players, but it's going to be almost impossible for them to work against us. So we will just help our teammates take down the threats that they have, and then we could potentially get some boats for us. So we'll take out the Zen player, as he is very much weakened and diminished after a big fight with Brad and Green Bean for almost like 3 minutes, I feel like. So TR does full send into us. We'll just ignore that for the time being. Finish off Zen here, and as soon as this is done, we'll go into TR. So a nice little game here in the second half. Unfortunately, not keeping the best eye on India, and losing a big section of that was not necessarily the best, but that's what happens when you play a little bit too zoomed in. So we will go ahead and take out the rest of Dorset over here, saying GG's to all involved as we do start to wrap things up. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you made it this far in the episode. If you have made this far in the episode, hey, you give it a thumbs up, really helps out a lot. If you're new around here, subscribe for more. I put up videos every day, but boys, I will see you in the next one. And thank you to all of my members, with a special shout out to producers Thessalonica Gaming, Dorker or Not, Maverick 149, Antique Sapop, BB, Obama Toes, Chris Mitchell, and executive producers Miskits the Mallard, Nubrex, A137 in My Element, Mason / Aurelius, Morwin, Rastuka Robert, Tokyo Yeah Boy, Kevin Andy Stamps, Sakari Scarlet, Rob Coleman, Uther Econaut, Brock Lowry, Ogan Gabriel, Demented, Monkey, Jack Russell, and channel sponsor Daniel Stevens. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.